11.3% of today's current world population is hungry. This means that roughly 805 million people do not get enough nutrients in their daily lives. Hi, I'm Andrew Spear, and I recently volunteered my time at the Capital Area Food Bank of Texas. I would like to welcome my fellow St. Edward students to my presentation today, and I ask that you please refrain from asking any questions until the end of the presentation. So, today I'm going to talk to you about the Capital Area Food Bank and what they do to fight hunger and how you can help join in on the cause. I'm going to explain the vision, the mission, and the values of this organization, and then I'm going to take you through what you can expect from the volunteer experience and why you need to volunteer with this organization. So if you can reference your handout under the food bank values, you can see that the mission of this organization is to be able to create access to good, healthy food in every community. Furthermore, this organization envisions a community in which everyone has access to sufficient nutritious food. So obviously, as you can see, they really work to make sure that no matter the economic circumstances, everyone has a chance to live a healthy lifestyle. And then furthermore on the handout, if you notice under the client demographics section, you can see that the food bank clients are often reached just above 43,000 times in a typical week, which means the overall interaction equals out to just under 2.3 million times in a year. And this, if you break this down even more, they actually can go door to door and drop off goods to the houses of those in need. And with that, they reach households just over 13,000 times a year, which means overall it's about 700,000 interactions in a typical year. And there's kind of a misconception with what it means to be hungry. A lot of people think, oh, that person's hungry, they're probably it's like a homeless population thing or something. But as you can see on the handout, according to the food bank website, actually 93% of our clients are not homeless, and furthermore 34% of our clients are actually children under the age of 18. So with this is just kind of due to, it's not really the children's fault, but it's just kind of due to families that are in tough economic circumstances. There may be a situation where it goes by a weekly basis, so they may have to decide whether they're going to pay for their electricity this week or their food, and that's kind of what the food bank's there for. They can just say, hey, don't worry about the food, we've got you covered, go ahead and focus on the electricity bill. So, it just it's there to help make the tough times a little less stressful on the family. And so, how you can help with this organization, there's a ton of different ways. Obviously, you can donate if for whatever reason you don't have time to volunteer. There's a ton of ways to donate. On the handout here, I have the ways listed. You can donate online at the website, which I have listed there. Also by phone, listed the phone number, and then by mail, and I have the mailing address down below. And then at the very bottom, every $1 you donate equals out to 6 meals. So that shows you just a little impact can make a huge difference. And then also, you could try maybe doing a fundraiser like a canned food drive or something like that, or corporate giving. But the big thing is volunteering. I really feel like that you should try to at least volunteer some of your time. I know a lot of you are busy with schoolwork or extracurricular activities, but even if it's just once a month, once every 2 months, it operates in 3-hour shifts, so 3 hours on a Saturday afternoon. I know it's nice kind of sleeping in, watching cartoons or whatever, but just going out and volunteering some of your time really can make a huge difference along the way. I know for me, this was actually my first time I've been here a couple of weeks ago. I went with my entire golf team. And so what kind of happens is when you get there, they kind of brief you on what you're going to do. And so with this, it was 2 separate groups. So one group was kind of like bagging items, so water bottles, canned foods. They just kind of bag that so it'd be ready to be delivered to houses. And I wasn't in this group. I was actually in a group. We actually cleaned cabbage and squash. So it really didn't feel like we were doing a whole lot. But at the end of it, they tallied up our total, and we actually, compiled over 1,600 pounds of food in just a 3-hour period, and that's 10 of us total. So, it really didn't feel like we were making a big impact, but then you see, the people who come in and how much the food means to them just to get a cabbage or something, just something that they can eat. It really and that's kind of a benefit of the volunteer process. It kind of puts in perspective, how lucky you are to be in the position you're in, because a lot of these people, it's just kind of unlucky the situation they're in. So that's a big benefit. And then obviously, if you need to get volunteer hours completed for whatever reason, that's another benefit to volunteering your time, and then obviously the people in need are benefited in, you know, just your services, helping them get their food, maybe more food or in a quicker amount of time. So today I talked to you guys about the Austin Area Food Bank and what you can do to help them accomplish their mission. You know, some benefits you get out of it, completing your volunteer hours, and I really feel like it puts into perspective, you know, how lucky we are to be in the position we're in compared to what these other people go through. I hope that by hearing my presentation today, you guys will consider volunteering your time at this organization, and I envision a time where maybe I'm going to do my volunteer hours, and I see all of you there, and we have a good time helping out people for 3 hours. So once again, I thank you for coming to my presentation today, and are there any questions?